One turnover, one missed kick, one penalty. That's all it takes to swing an NFL game. And tonight the question is brutal. Which team will crack under pressure, the Dolphins or the Colts? This matchup won't be decided by a highlight reel play so much as by tiny moments. A fumble at the wrong time, a clutch kick that sails wide, a coach's call or timeout that changes momentum. Whoever wins the small battles, ball security, field position, and late-game composure, will likely walk away with the win.
In the October 20, 2024 matchup, the Colts defeated the Dolphins 16-10 in a low-scoring, possession-oriented game. Indianapolis controlled several long drives and relied on field goals rather than touchdowns. Their defense made enough red zone stops to force Miami into shorter possessions and fewer points. Turnover margin and situational play, effective third down defense, and careful clock management late were decisive. Special teams also influenced field position, with punts and coverage pinning Miami deeper and limiting their scoring chances. The takeaway is that Indianapolis can win by executing fundamentals: protect the football, convert third downs when required, and lean on defense and special teams to control game tempo. On October 3, 2021, the Colts beat the Dolphins 27-17 in a game where Indianapolis produced more consistent offensive production. The Colts were able to sustain drives, convert in the red zone, and balance run and pass concepts to keep Miami's defense off balance. A couple of short field opportunities, created by punts, defensive stops, or turnovers, were turned into points, which widened the margin. From a schematic perspective, the Colts used inside runs and play action to create space for their passing game, and their tempo control kept the Dolphins' defense from settling into comfortable looks. This matchup shows that when Indy's offensive line and play calling click, they can create separation and force Miami into a catch-up role. In the November 10, 2019 meeting, the Dolphins edged the Colts 16-12 in a classic defensive grind. Both teams traded punts and short drives for much of the game, and Miami managed enough stops and favorable field position to secure the win. The Dolphins relied on sound special teams, effective blitz packages, and a key fourth-down defensive hold that swung momentum. Offensively, Miami did not rely on explosive plays. Instead, they manufactured short, safe gains and converted a couple of timely red zone possessions. This game underscores that in this series, winning the tactical exchanges, fourth down calls, field position battles, and turnover avoidance often matters more than large yardage plays. The November 25, 2018 matchup finished 27-24 in favor of the Colts and was a back-and-forth contest decided by late execution. Indianapolis converted a crucial 2-minute drive and made high-leverage third-down plays late, which ultimately separated the teams. Penalties at inopportune times and a missed defensive assignment by Miami contributed to Indy's ability to take the lead in the final minutes. That narrow margin reinforces a theme of this series: late-game coaching decisions, special team swings, and a single turnover or conversion typically decide the result. Stacking those results shows a clear trend. The Colts have won 3 of the last 4 meetings, 2018, 2021, and 2024, while the Dolphins' lone recent victory came in 2019, and most contests were decided by small margins. From the expanded details, we can refine 2 conclusions. First, Indianapolis tends to eke out wins by controlling field position, converting in the red zone, and leaning on situational defense and special teams. Second, Miami's path to victory in this series has typically required winning the turnover battle, executing short yardage drives, and making key late-game stops. The matchup, therefore, favors the Colts modestly, but the margin is narrow because both teams have shown disciplined approaches that keep games tight. Using the patterns from those 4 games and the small tactical details as the primary guide, the Colts enter this matchup as the slight favorite. Their recent head-to-head success demonstrates they can manage low-scoring, grinding contests and also produce multi-score outputs when their offense is functioning well. For Miami to win, the Dolphins must flip two key things: protect the football and convert critical short yardage or third and short situations into first downs and touchdowns rather than settling for field goals. Special teams, particularly punt and kick coverage and kicker accuracy, will likely decide field position battles and late scoring attempts. Expect a competitive game resolved by one or two key plays. A reasonable score projection reflecting the pattern toward modest scoring and Indianapolis's slight edge would be Colts 23, Dolphins 20. Key determinants will be turnover margin, third down conversion rate inside the opponent's territory, red zone efficiency, and late game situational execution. If the Colts win those areas, they should control tempo and secure a narrow victory. If Miami forces turnovers and converts short fields into touchdowns, the Dolphins have an obvious path to an upset.